Good afternoon to all the NEET aspirants. This is your Prasanna Ma'am from NEET World. In today's session, we are going to solve all the NEET PYQs from the chapter Biological Classification by concept revision as well. So, this session will be highly useful to recollect the most important concepts from biological classification, and parallelly our NEET previous year questions also get solved. Okay. So, let's begin with the first question, which is a match the following type of question which has appeared in NEET 2024. So, here if you have to look into the question is from fungi. Okay. Rhizopus, which belongs to which class of fungi? Rhizopus belongs to Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes, which is commonly called as bread mold. Okay. Eustylago is a smut fungus. Puccinia will be rust fungi, and Agaricus is, best example is mushroom. So, here what will be the right option over here? Rhizopus is the bread mold, that is A will be 3, Eustylago is the smut fungus, that is B is 2, and C, that is 4, rust fungus, and D will be mushrooms. So, once let us recall all the examples from all the classes of fungi. We know fungi is classified into 4 classes based on the mycelium structure and the fruiting bodies which it is forming. It is classified into 4 classes. What are they? Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. I have given mnemonics for all of these examples. Firstly, if you have to look into Phycomycetes, you can easily remember it like RAM, wherein R, Rhizopus, Albugo and Mucor. Okay. Ascomycetes, you can remember this easily as ACP and T, okay, which is Aspergillus, Claviceps, Penicillium, Neurospora, which is highly used in biogenetic work, and morels and truffles, and yeast, which are unicellular fungi. And then Basidiomycetes, you can easily recall it through A pulp. This is the mnemonic which I have given you, wherein Agaricus, Puccinia, Eustylago, Lycoperdon, Polyporus all belongs to what? Basidiomycetes only. So, here the first example, that is Rhizopus, belongs to Phycomycetes class. Next, Eustylago, Puccinia, Agaricus, everything the examples are given from Basidiomycetes only, and it has many synonyms when compared to other classes like puff balls, bracket fungi. Okay. Deuteromycetes, best mnemonic which I gave you is CAT, Colletotrichum, Alternaria and Trichoderma. So, this is all about the classes of the fungi and the examples of the fungi, common names of fungi. Based on this, the question has appeared in the year 2024. Let us look into the next question, ma. Yes. Which one of the following, just a second, yeah. Which one of the following is not a criteria for classification of fungi? For classification of fungi, morphology of mycelium is considered. Morphology of mycelium. Mode of nutrition is not a criteria for fungal classification, because all the fungi will have only one mode of nutrition, that is heterotrophic nutrition. Mode of spore formation and fruiting bodies. All these are what? Criteria for classification. Only mode of nutrition is not the criteria. Clear? Next. Simple questions only we got from this chapter. When we have to analyze all the previous year NEET questions, from this chapter we got the most simpler questions, and many a times the question is placed from fungi only. As such you prepare. So, here if you look into euglenoid, its mode of nutrition. We know euglenoids will conduct what mode of nutrition, ma? Mixotrophic nutrition. Okay. It conducts mixotrophic nutrition, wherein in the presence of sunlight the sunlight is trapped and it does photosynthetic function. In the absence of sunlight, it is showing saprophytic mode of nutrition, which is heterotrophic. So, based on the presence or absence of sunlight, the mode of nutrition is exchanged, switching between the photosynthetic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition is seen. Next is dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates, they belong to plant-like protists. What are the three different plant-like protists that we have learnt? Chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and euglenoids. Dinoflagellates, they show what mode of nutrition ma? Photosynthetic mode of nutrition. Then slime molds. Slime molds will show parasitic mode of nutrition because they resemble the fungi-like protists. Okay, slime molds which are fungi-like protists, they show saprophytic mode of nutrition. Then plasmodium. Plasmodium will be showing parasitic mode of nutrition which belongs to sporozoans. Okay. So, here if you look into the options properly, okay, euglenoid which shows mixotrophic nutrition, that is A is 4 and then B will be 3, A is 4, B is 3, C will be 2 and D is 1. So, here which option is correct? Option 3 will be the right answer. Next, if you see, the questions from biological classification has appeared every alternate years. Okay. In 2022, if you have to look into, statement based question is asked from mycoplasma. Okay. In statement 1, if you have to see ma, mycoplasma can pass through than 1 micron filter paper. Yes, mycoplasma size is very minimal, it can pass through 1 micron filter paper. Yes. In statement 2, it is given like mycoplasma are bacteria with a cell wall. Mycoplasma are what? Bacteria with a cell wall, which is wrong statement. We call mycoplasma as what? Bacteria with their coats off. They do not have cell wall and they are the smallest cells, they can easily pass through bacterial filter paper, but they can easily pass on through 1 micron filter paper size. Okay. So, statement 1 is right and statement 2 is wrong over here, because we all know that mycoplasma is wall-less and it is commonly called as bacteria with their coats off, or it is pleomorphic bacteria also, because it varies its shape based on the environment it is living. Okay. So, here what option is right ma? Statement 1 is true and 2 is false. Okay. B will be the right answer over here. Which of the following is correct statement? Okay. Which of the following is what? Correct statement. So, here if you see, bacteria are exclusively heterotrophic organisms. No, in bacteria when we have to look into the nutrient metabolism, nutritional diversity, bacteria will show both autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In autotrophic also we can come across the photoautotrophic nutrition and chemoautotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition we have saprophytic, symbiotic and parasitic mode of nutrition. So, yes, statement 1 is wrong. Then you see, slime molds are saprophytic organisms. Yes, slime molds are saprophytic organisms classified under the kingdom Monera. No, they are not classified under the kingdom Monera, they are classified under the kingdom Protista by R.H. Whittaker, because slime molds are eukaryotic unicellular organisms. Next, mycoplasma have DNA, ribosome and cell wall. Mycoplasma has DNA and ribosome, but they does not have cell wall. So, this statement is also wrong. Then look at last statement. Cyanobacteria are a group of autotrophic organisms classified under the kingdom Monera. Yes, correct. Cyanobacteria, which is also called as blue-green algae, is kept under Monera because it has prokaryotic cells. Okay. So, here which statement is right ma? As the question, in the question he has asked about the correct statement, we have to go with the option 4. Next question. Yes. Which of the following is correct statement again? So, again a statement based question. Cyanobacteria are group of autotrophic organisms classified under the kingdom Monera. Yes, this is correct. bacteria, yeah, this is the same question actually, option A will be the right over here. Next question you see, which of the following statements is correct? Again we have to identify correct statement. So if you have to look into the previous year questions when we are coming across all the questions of biological classification, mostly statement based, assertion based and match the following type of questions are covered, highlighting the examples of each kingdom. Okay. So this should be your focus of interest when you are preparing. Fine ma. So look at this question, which statement is correct? Again they are asking. Fusion of two cells is called as karyogamy. No. Fusion of two nuclei is called as karyogamy. Fusion of protoplasms between two motile and two non-motile gametes is called as plasmogamy. Yes, fusion of two motile and two non-motile gametes is called as plasmogamy. Organisms that depend on living plants are called as saprophytes. No, organisms which are depending on the living plants are called as parasites. They are called as parasites, not saprophytes. And then some of the organisms can fix the atmospheric nitrogen in specialized cells called as sheath cells. No, some organisms can fix, like for example cyanobacteria or blue-green algae, they can fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the specialized cells like heterosis. Okay, in the specialized cells like heterosis, not sheath cells. So here what is the right answer? B, option B will be the right answer, that is fusion of protoplasms between two motile and non-motile gametes is called as plasmogamy. Right ma. Next question you look into this one. Yep. Which of the following is correct about viroids? Okay, so the question is about viroids. They have DNA without protein code? No. So before answering this question, let us once recall about virus, viroids and prions. Okay, virus, viroids and prions. Okay, so virus will be having a protein coat and a genetic material. Okay, for example bacteriophage if we can take, it has a protein coat and a genetic material. Genetic material is the infectious agent over here. Viroids have just RNA without any protein coat are called as viroids. No protein coat will be present. Prions are nothing but abnormally folded proteins. What are prions ma? Abnormally folded proteins. Abnormally folded proteins are called as prions. Clear, right? Now here if you see, they have DNA without protein coat? No. They have free DNA without protein coat. They have RNA with protein coat? No. They have free RNA without protein coat, that is option D. Okay. So they have free RNA without protein coat, those are viroids. Okay. Viroids are first identified by whom? T.O. Dioner, and the best example for viroid is potato spindle tuber disease. Okay, that disease is caused by viroid only, which just has free RNA without protein coat. So the right answer over here is option D. Next, the question is about to identify the incorrect statement. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Claviceps is a source of many alkaloids and LSD. Correct? Claviceps is a source of alkaloids and LSD. True. Conidia are produced exogenously and ascospores are produced endogenously. True. Conidia are the only exogenously produced asexual spores. Ascospores are endogenously produced sexual spores. Basidiospores are the only sexual spores which are exogenously produced. Simple to remember beta. Conidia is the only asexual spore which is exogenously produced. When it comes to sexual spores, basidiospores are the only sexual spores in fungi which are produced exogenously. From the examples which are given in our NCERT, I am telling you, Conidia and Basidia, both of them asexual and sexual spores which are released out exogenously. And then yeast have filamentous bodies with long thread-like hyphae. No, yeast or Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which are unicellular fungi, they doesn't have the filamentous body. Clear? So, here the incorrect statement will be option C. D, if you see, morels and truffles are the edible delicacies. True. Morels and truffles are edible delicacies. And then, yeah, which of the following statements is incorrect? So, the question is about incorrect statement identification. Okay. Virus are obligate parasites. True. Infectious constituents in viruses are protein coat. Wrong. Infectious constituents in virus are the genetic material. Okay. Infectious parts are what, ma? Genetic material. Genetic material, be it DNA or RNA, but not both of them. Okay. Most of the plant viruses which are causing plant infections, plant viruses will have the genetic material RNA. Plant viruses will have the genetic material RNA. Animal viruses will have the genetic material DNA, most of them. Okay. And bacteriophages also, bacteriophages, those are viruses which are infecting bacteria. Bacteriophages will also have the genetic material DNA. Just recall that and remember it. Next, prions consists of abnormally folded proteins. True, correct. And viroids lack protein coat. True. So, here what is the right answer? He asked us to identify incorrect statement, right? And the right answer will be option B. Okay. Infectious constituent is genetic material, not the protein coat. Next, match the following type of question. Column 1 and column 2 is given. Saprophyte. Okay. Saprophyte is nothing but which feed on dead and decaying organic matters. Saprophyte, they feed on what? Decomposition of dead and organic material. Parasites. Okay. Parasites, they feed on, they rely on living plants and animals. Lichens will show symbiotic association between algae and fungi. Mycorrhiza will show symbiotic association between roots of higher plants, for example, pinus and fungi. Okay. So, this mycorrhizal association, Shiva, just go through the class, ma. Yeah, just go through the class and identify the correct answer. Yes. So, here if you have to look into, this is basic mode of nutrition, and lichens and mycorrhiza definitions are asked in match the following type, wherein saprophytes which feed on decaying, dead and decaying matter, that is option 2, where P will be 2, and then Q, parasite which feed on living plants and animals, that is Q will be 3, okay, Q will be 3, and then lichens, symbiotic association between algae and fungi, that is 4, mycorrhiza, symbiotic association between pinus roots and fungi. So, here the right answer will be option C. Next question. Yes. Which among the following is not a prokaryote? Okay, which among the following is not a prokaryote? Nostoc and Oscillatoria, both of them are what? The cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. So, blue-green algae are prokaryotics only, right? Mycobacterium, mycobacterium is also a prokaryote. Okay. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is the unicellular fungi, this is not a prokaryote, this is the unicellular eukaryotic cell. Okay, this is a unicellular eukaryote. Option C is right over here. Next, select a wrong statement. Okay, here we have to identify the wrong statement. Pseudopodia are locomotory and feeding structures in sporozoans. Okay, pseudopodia, this is false feet. Okay, pseudopodia is false feet which are locomotory and feeding structures in sporozoans. Next, mushrooms belongs to Basidiomycetes. Cell wall is present in the members of fungi and plantae. Mitochondria are powerhouse of the cell in all kingdoms except Monera. Correct. and mushrooms belongs to Basidiomycetes. This is also true. Very good, ma. Identify the answer correctly over here. This is option A. Option A will be the right answer over here. Okay. Pseudopodia are locomotory and feeding structures in sporozoans. Actually, in sporozoans there are no locomotory structures only. Best example for sporozoan is Plasmodium. Plasmodium is the best example for sporozoan where it doesn't have any locomotory structures. So, option A is right answer over here. Next, after karyogamy, which is followed by meiosis and spores, spores are produced exogenously in, okay, spores are produced exogenously, they are asking. First you identify the classes, the examples are given, right, classes of this you identify. Neurospora belongs to Ascomycetes. Alternaria is Deuteromycetes. Saccharomyces Asco. So, Deuteromycetes, if you see, there is no sexual reproduction only. Ascomycetes will have only sexual spore, that is ascospores. Ascospores are released out endogenously, not exogenously. Here if you see Agaricus, okay, Agaricus which belongs to Basidiomycetes, where the sexual spore is Basidiospores, which are exogenously released. It is as simple as it is. Option A is the right answer. So, with this we have finished out the NEET previous year questionnaire practice from the chapter biological classification. In our next class, we will be starting the questions of NEET previous year from plant kingdom. So, stay tuned and thank you.